neighbors are constantly moving away. Odessa spring brake and axle. Star truck and equipment. Okay, yes. Nice. Get to weave around the sewer plates. Alright, we're going downtown. I don't see any. Oh, there they are. Alright, taking a right on 385. Two big buildings. Commercial Ice Machine Company. Restaurant equipment. Town Green Avenue. Hancock Avenue. Okay, US 385's got to be called something else. I'm thinking it's probably called something else. Texas, so it's the one after Texas. I got a green to go through and then I have to stop. Wow, right
at the traffic light.
Right on the corner. It's called Grant. It's not called US 385, Garmin. Okay, Garmin. Exit! Exit, please. Please exit. Alright, tourist info to the right, the library's to the right. The history, there's a history thing after 3rd, between 3rd and 4th on Grant. Martin Luther something. Stealth Oil Well Services. That's a guy's advertising on his truck. You know, there's a lot of these bandits like oil well service. I don't know if I can go. Wow, this is a long stop. Martin Luther King Jr. Center. Uh-oh, that's not a good sign. How bad is this area? Oof-da, oof-da. Did I get beat that? Is my bike loose? Ooh. Yeah? Okay, CBS Prosperity Bank. Paul Evans Carpet and Flooring. Sheriff In God We Trust. Wow. Police Department to the left. History marking thing on the right. There's a public entrance. The courthouse. It's in the courthouse. There's something of historical value in the courthouse. Oh my God! Okay, left on 5th. Lefting on the 5th. 5th thing on the left. Okay, good bumps, good bumps. Nice butt. Good bumps, good bumps. Oh no! Okay, there's 2-hour parking limit here, but I get to go down a few blocks and hope for the best. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, still reserve parking. Nobody behind. I don't see any regulation. Oh no! Okay, library's on the left. Library's on the left. I'm gonna turn into the library parking lot here. All right, Sam Houston. All right, library parking only, or they're gonna tow my. What is that? A Chevy Impala? Okay, I see there's some good spaces. Not great. Could be better. I don't know about that corner. Let's take the corner. That looks like a good spot. That's for compact cars. I'm close enough, right? Do I fit? It doesn't really matter that much. Okay. All right, this honey refuses to budge at all, so I tossed some water in here. Hopefully it'll dilute. It's just too dry. So when you approach a group of people who just keep looking back at you, and then when you pass them, they ask you how you're doing, I just ignored them, kept moving. That's a little concerning. Like, something that I'm doing is not what they're used to. Alright, this is downtown Odessa, and this is probably, yeah, going to the courthouse. There's a history reference about land grabbing before oil, I think, was discovered. Maybe it was discovered. And to see what other various things. I think this is the municipal courthouse up ahead. There's like, they got a lot of property downtown. Definitely expect to see the X-ray machines and stuff to get inside. Yeah, when I was walking up to that group that kept looking at me, I immediately went to my camera, got out of the Maps app, went to the camera and kind of kept it in my hand, ready for them to start something with me. It's like when they just, all of them just periodically kept looking at me. It's just like, it gives a signal like something's about to happen. Alright, so apparently you can't look at search records. You can't look at their search warrants. There's no binder. There's no like monthly search warrant request in Ector County. They like say that they're private or something. They're not public. That when they're approved by judges, the search warrants, that I talked to the elected official who the elected county clerks, like deputy or something. She said that the search warrants are not made public in Ector County. All right, this is a little surprising. Every county is different. The other courthouses I've been to, the other two, you could read a binder right in the clerk of court's office, and there's nothing here. You can't read anything. And I really enjoyed it. It's good information to learn crimes for the area and stuff. They don't make that accessible. She said something about going to each individual judge. Here, I'd have to go between 5 judges to ask, okay, what do you have? Okay, what do you have? Okay, what do you have? For warrants that they approved individually. They don't compile them for the public to read. The reasons the cops give to make the search, the sign off by the judges. You don't get to see that here. It seems kind of messed up. I mean, I like going to this past 2 courthouses to read the warrants because they make a good story, an interesting story. So that's now a standard that I feel I'm looking for in counties at the courthouses. I actually kind of, well, not now with the experience of this last courthouse. I don't have as much enthusiasm about going to the courthouses. But I'm gonna still try and see what there is to read for warrants. Still get an idea of how often the courthouses provide this information. That's a standard to me. Like, if I were to give an elected official a hard time, I'd be like, why don't you keep those warrants available for the public in the clerk of court's office for people to read what kind of warrants are being created by the cops that are signed off by the judges. He's begging for money from, I think, some Mexicans. He's a strong beggar. This is very pushy. In the library parking lot. Wow, he convinced him. I gotta admit, I'm a little scared to stay parked here much longer. I want to walk around the city, but I'm certainly I'm checking my car like at least every hour. All right, so this car, two black people parked in the library parking lot, and there's a sign when you enter that they'll tow your car if you don't park here for library purposes only. And they walked across the street. Now I just want to maintain. I just want to step back and say that there's bias in my opinions about people who don't follow the sign rules and stuff. Like, I have bias, and I'm actively reestablishing that I have bias, and that kind of helps me fight the bias, I think, because it's not just any particular race that doesn't obey the signs. When I was in Los Altos, California, which is a part of the Silicon Valley, there are these apricots on library property, and they have signs that say "Don't eat the apricots." Well, one day there's this old man I saw just picking away and eating them. So I confronted him, and I was like, "Hey, how are those apricots?" He's like, "Delicious." And then he says, "Don't eat them." A white guy, old white guy. So it's all kinds of people. You know, I'm trying to look at the people who play their car stereos super loud, and it's not just one race. It's all kinds of people. It's kind of a variety of races, and I think it might lean towards young people who play their music really loud, but there's just no particular kind of person. I really can't put my foot on any particular kind of person. It's quite a variety, and there's quite a lot of people who don't follow the rules. I didn't. I walked to the courthouse. All right. I used the library, and then I walked to the courthouse. So at that point, I parked here, and I was no longer using the library, parking here for the purposes of the library. So apparently those people, they left now, but they parked in the library parking lot, and I believe to go over to the hospital, MCH, and there's just no available parking. Yeah, it's even pretty busy on the top of this parking garage for the MCH. Library's over that way. I could see my car. You got the tallest building in Odessa, Prosperity Bank. A lot of oil business around here. It's entirely built on oil. I think this is looking west. It's kind of the direction I think I'd be going for the Walmart. The sun seared this sign. Probably doesn't take too long. So you got smaller businesses around, I guess. Building something over there and downtown this way. You know, I've never seen a helicopter use the top of a parking garage before. That's what they do here. They put a landing pad right on top of the parking garage. No helicopter right now. So what do? They have to transport the person through the gate and then down the elevator or the stairs. That might be a little slow. The Odessa MCH in Odessa, come with a broken leg and leave your earthly planet through the Hubbard Kelly Funeral Home. Yeah, it's pretty busy around here. So I'm just making a little circle around the center, sort of, from the library as best I can.